Hello, this is Heidi at SALT Software, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how to use our new online story elicitation program in a virtual setting using Zoom, and I am on a PC today. So the first thing you'll want to do is go to our website, which is saltsoftware.com. I am already logged into the website, and this demonstration assumes that you have already purchased the online elicitation program. So at this point, I'm going to select Online Story Elicitation, and I'm going to choose the Monolingual English program. And I get a message saying that I'm ready to begin a new session. Up at the top here, it does show you when your subscription expires, so that is a handy date to keep in mind. And we'll begin a new session. We don't recommend you use the child's full name for privacy purposes, so I'm just going to use initials. And then a virtual session. So this tells you that you do need to use an alternate recorder. In this case, I'm going to be using Zoom, but you can also use, for example, your phone. If you have an audio recording app on your phone, you could use that as well. So now it's just confirming that we've chosen to use an alternate recorder. If I was using my phone, it'd be a good idea right now to do a couple of test recordings and make sure everything's working properly. Since we're using a Zoom session, I'm going to open up Zoom and get the settings correct so that I make sure that everything gets recorded. So I will go and open up my Zoom application, and I'm going to start a new meeting. It's possible that you may have the child already in a meeting when you start the online elicitation program. If you're in the middle of a therapy session, you can do that. You just need to make sure that your settings are correct, and you may have to check that before you start the elicitation program. Once you get familiar with how the settings work and you'll set them up properly, it shouldn't be an issue. So I'm going to join with computer audio. First thing that you'll want to do is check your settings. So I'm going to go to audio settings, and I'm going to make sure that my speaker is working correctly by pressing the test speaker button, and also that the microphone is picking up sound. Next thing that I'll do is go to the recording section, and I need to make sure that this is checked, this top box. Very important that you know where the location is that your recorded files are going to go, because that is what you're going to need to transcribe the language sample at the end of this process, or to send it to SALT Transcription Services. So I've already got set up a folder that I created within Zoom called SALT Elicitation Programs, and that's where I'm going to have everything go. So I will just close this window and close this down. The video settings, I have my webcam set up to be my video, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on, and then I'm going to select participants, and I'm going to invite my participants. So you can use the invite button here, and then if you use Zoom a lot, you may have contacts set up. If not, you can copy this invite link and then paste it into an email. Once your participants join the meeting, you'll just have to admit them to the room. They'll show up kind of over on the side here, and you'll just select admit, and then they will be in the session with you. The next step is to share your screen. So we are going to share that Chrome screen that I talked about where I have the online story elicitation already running. And it's very important that you check these two buttons at the bottom. That is going to allow your participant to both see and hear what's going on your screen. So we'll select share, and now we have checked the microphone and made sure all of our settings are correct. So I'm going to select OK. And now we can choose the book we're going to use. So today I'm going to use Pookins Gets Her Way.
Hi, my name is Eric, and I would like to find out how you tell stories.
It's a good idea to stop at this point and just double check with your participant and make sure that they can both see and hear Eric. If not, you can go up here to the More area and make sure that these two are checked. That is what it will enable them to both see and hear. So once you are sure that that's happening, you can drag this back to the beginning so that they can see the whole thing.
Hi, my name is Eric, and I would like to find out how you tell stories. First, We are going to listen to the story while we follow along in the book. When we have finished listening to the story, it will be your turn to tell the story using the same book. Okay, let's listen to the story.
Pookins Gets Her Way by Helen Lester. Illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. Pookins was used to getting her own way. If Pookins did not get her own way, she would make faces, throw apples, and yell very loudly.
So as you can see, the narrator will read the story and the pages will turn so that the child gets a full telling of the story. I'm just going to skip to the end here. And select continue.
Okay, now I would like you to use your own words to tell me the story. Do the best that you can.
Very important step. You need to turn the recorder on at this point. So if you're using your phone, this is where you would start recording. We're going to be using Zoom, so I'm going to go up to the top here and select record. Now I can see that red button is on. That tells me that the Zoom screen is being recorded. The next thing after I click OK is the child will be retelling the story. So it's a good idea to decide how you're going to turn the pages. You will have control over that. You can either use your mouse or the keyboard arrows, but you'll need to know from the child whether they're going to just say turn the page, or maybe they'll indicate visually to you, maybe a thumbs up or some other way that you'll know when they want to turn the page. Once you get that all ready to go, you just select OK, and then the child will begin to tell the story as you flip through the pages. So I will just flip to the end here. And we can now stop the recorder. So I'm going to go to the top again, get my menu, and select Stop Recording. Zoom will not convert the files until you are finished with your Zoom meeting. So we're going to continue here.
Thank you so much for telling me the story.
And now you're done with the story elicitation retell, but you may have other things that you need to work with the child on, so you can feel free to stop the screen share, continue your Zoom session until you're done, and then when you end the meeting, your files will now be converted. At this point, you have two choices. You can send your sample to Salt Transcription Services. That is a fee-based service that will transcribe the sample for you. If you wanted to do that, you would select Send Sample to Salt Transcription Services. It will open up an upload window where you can select the sampling context. The story was Pookins Gets Her Way. I could fill in all of this other information, decide whether I need just the transcript or the transcript and the reports. That's typically done when you do not have the software. If you have access to Salt software, you just need the transcript because you can run reports yourself. And then select the turnaround time, fill in the billing information, and then upload your file. So again, this is where it's really important to know where you have saved your file. So I'm going to go in and find that file. I know it was in the Zoom folder, and it's right here. The audio only is the one that you want. You may want to change the name of this to make it easier for you to remember who this was, because every time it will name it audio only. So you could rename, maybe use the child's initials. And that, select open, and then that will attach to the upload form. And then you would just select submit. You will get an email back confirming that you've uploaded your sample. And then the next thing you'll get is an email with the actual transcript and possibly the analysis if that's what you chose. And it will be returned based on the turnaround time that you selected. And then that will be followed by an invoice a few days later. If you don't want Salt to transcribe your sample, you can definitely do it yourself. So in that case, you would just end the elicitation program, and you can go find that audio file, just like we did a minute ago, and use that audio file to transcribe your own sample. So I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to contact us at support@saltsoftware.com if you have any questions. Thank you.